What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Sean, and today we're going to be taking a look at Scarlet Witch, and we're going to be going over some MVP gameplay that I was able to obtain with her. All right, now before you jump on my back and kill me for the title and thumbnail of this video, we will discuss a little bit more about the no skill debate, the no skill title that Scarlet Witch has found for herself in Season 0 and even more so in Season 1. So stay tuned to the end of this video. I think it's going to be helpful, insightful. I think we're going to have a little bit of fun in the discussion in this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. But before we jump into the breakdown, the gameplay, all that good stuff, go ahead and like this video if God is good, if you're happy to be alive, if you're grateful to be awake, and then go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Marvel Rivals content, gameplay, guides, live streams, all that good stuff. Hope to have more of that up on the channel. The community is growing. I would love to have you guys a part of that. So go ahead and subscribe if you want to join. Now, we all have been either on the giving or receiving end of Scarlet Witch, and all have heard or referred to her as a no-skill character. That's a big debate, big thing going on right now about Scarlet Witch. All right, there's nothing worse than hearing the blood-curdling ultimate cry that she gives of pure chaos, and you can't escape in time. There's literally nothing you can do, it feels like, at times to get away. All right, but in this video, I hope to showcase how easy it can be to pilot Scarlet Witch. Yes, I know my title, my thumbnail, it's kind of a joke to play on kind of what's going on right now, but there is a small bit of skill required, I believe, to play her. But my hope is this gameplay makes Scarlet Witch a little less intimidating to go up against and encourages you to try her out if you haven't this season. All right, so we're going to go very briefly over to the Marvel Rivals website real fast. Now, we're not going to spend a ton of time on this. All right, I have a video up on my channel kind of talking about more in-depth Scarlet Witch's moves, so I'll put that up there in the description or somewhere on the screen. Go ahead and click that if you want to take a look at her moves more in depth. We're going to briefly go over her buff. We're going to go over her moves, just show them, and then we're going to hop into the gameplay. So Scarlet Witch is getting an increase to her combat strength, especially when she's facing duelists or strategists. All right, her Chaos Control's fixed damage is now from 50s to 60s. Reduce the percentage of damage per second from 5% to 3%, and increase the Scythonian Burst projectile damage from 30 to 35. I'm just going to probably call that the Sith Burst as we're going through the gameplay. Some of these characters' lore and stuff behind their moves, I can't pronounce all these words. We're probably just going to call this Burst or the Sith Burst moving forward. But here's what the devs have done to Scarlet Witch to make her a little bit more formidable against duelists and strategists. We're just going to go over these. We're not going to dive too deep into the numbers, but she's got her normal attack, which is Chaos Control. This is kind of where she gets the no skill name from. You are going to be doing a lot of Chaos Control. All right, your left click or a right trigger, if you will, if you're on controller. She's got her ultimate, Reality Erasure. She's got her Mystic Projection, which kind of lets her fly and vanish and move around. She's got Dark Seal, which is more of like a trap move, kind of can stun the enemy. She's got Telekinesis, so she can fall slowly, and then she's got the Scythonian Burst, which she can throw out. Her Chaos Control charges the Scythonian Burst, and you're able to throw those out. And then she's got her passive here, Chaotic Bond, which is the team-up ability with Magneto. All right, now we're going to fire this up. Now we're just going to look at the victory screen real quickly here. So in this footage, I was able to get 40 kills. I died twice. I was able to get the Mighty Vanquisher medal and the Relentless Offense. Right, I put in 14 final hits, did 16k damage, blocked a little bit of damage, didn't do any healing, of course, because I'm a duelist. And then I had about 68% accuracy, which is pretty typical of Scarlet Witch, considering her normal attack is an auto lock like Cloak and Dagger. So if you're using that, mostly your accuracy is probably going to be pretty good. If you're throwing the Sith Burst out and you're missing, that's probably what's going to affect your accuracy. So just looking at this really quickly, a whole team all together, we did really well. We absolutely kind of pummeled these guys, and I think it was just the way that we played. We played really well as a team, and so we'll look at that in the replay as we fire this up. So while this is loading in, we'll let this play out. We'll talk a little bit here about the no skill. Now, I think where the no skill comes in is, I'll go from the perspective of facing a Scarlet Witch. When I'm facing a Scarlet Witch, it can be very irritating that she's got that radius with that normal attack, that Chaos Control, that literally is auto lock. As long as the crosshair is on you, she's going to be able to do that damage. And I think that's where we get that no skill idea and that concept, that it doesn't require much skill to just be able to press one button to be able to do pretty significant damage. And the same goes along the lines of her kit. I think the rotation for her kit is very straightforward. You're going to be doing normal attack for most of the time. If you got enemies weak or you want to put some bigger hits on them, you can go ahead and hit them with the Sith Burst. Then you can use your projection if you want to escape. You can use your projection if you want to get into the air. And then maybe there's a cluster you want to do a little crowd control. You can throw your stun, which is RB. I play on controller. You can throw your stun, which kind of locks them in place. You can get some free hits with your chaos control, and then you can get some free hits with your Sith Burst. And you're pretty much going to rinse and repeat that rotation until you build up enough for your ultimate. And so Marvel has her at a 1-star difficulty. I agree that I think she is at a 1-star difficulty, and I fall into that category of the reason I think so is she does pretty good damage. She's pretty straightforward, and her kit and rotation is not really that hard to learn. And if you learn some kind of pro tips, some survivability, and just have some good team comp, you know a little bit about the objective, you know a little bit about the characters that you're facing, you know about your other team's composition. I think it'll tell you a lot, give you an upper hand when playing with Scarlet Witch, and give you the ability to just really put up some good numbers, some good damage, and some good kills. All right, so let's take a look at the gameplay here. We'll kind of resume in and pick up with what's going on. So right here, I just tracked down Rocket Raccoon. It's that constant tick damage. There was no reason for me to let him kind of run away and escape, and so I just followed him in, getting him. And so here, I've got a buddy who's playing Doctor Strange, and so another strategy that you can do is you can hide behind Doctor Strange's shield. They have to go through 800's worth of shield before they can get to you. Meanwhile, your projectiles, your moves are all going through that shield, and so it's kind of annoying. They've got to take out that shield. They then would have to face Doctor Strange and then get through you. And so the way I like to play with Scarlet Witch, if I have a Doctor Strange or some other beefy tanks, is I like to follow along where the tanks are at, provide that constant tick damage. Maybe I can finish off a Venom or a Groot or Thor that they're working on. Meanwhile, they're throwing in some punches. Because the normal attack, you just have to hold it. There's no reloading. You know, look at this. I got killed there, but before I got killed, I almost was able to take out all of Storm's health there. I believe she probably got me with her weather control.
My work here is not done.
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
This is real firepower!
Now she moves slow. You know, another gripe I'll say as we're watching some of this is some of these characters can fly and move a lot faster, and Marvel Rivals just doesn't allow them to do that now. She's got to walk to get to most places. You only got 2 charges on the projection, so you got to make use of it. But just constant tick damage. We've got the shield up. I'm putting in the damage. I'm probably not going to be able to finish these guys off, but the hope is I'm doing enough tick damage. My team is joining in. When you throw that Sith Burst, you can kind of get some big pockets of damage there. Just constant. You just hear that tick. It's just constant. The enemy is constantly taking that damage. Now, Penny is a tank, big character. If you know a little bit about Penny, she's got an ability that can give her a little bit of self-healing, and so she can be a tough one to take out. But just that constant tick damage is annoying, and I can speak firsthand on being on the other side of that. Trying to escape, trying to get away, being an aerial character like Storm or Iron Man, it can just be very annoying to know that she can be in range and get you. I popped my special there. It was more of pressure. I wasn't quite sure how many I was going to be able to get. I knew there was a couple in the vicinity. I was able to only get Rocket Raccoon there, but that's fine. He's a healer, and so kind of take that as a gain there. Now we're going up against Magic. She's done for it. Just the constant tick. They've got a Doctor Strange as well. But again, that 800 shield that Doctor Strange has, just constant tick. Storm done for. Storm moves too slow to really get out of the way of that, especially if Scarlet Witch is right up in your grill, under you, right in front of you. Storm, maybe Iron Man can get out of the way, maybe for sure Spider-Man or some of the swinging characters, but Storm's not getting out of there. But just look where I play. I'm right in the thick of it, finding whoever I can, getting my crosshair on whoever I can, holding down the trigger. Like I said, the normal attack is going to be your main bread and butter. Alright, now I'll put up the screen here just so you guys can kind of see where we are in the match. We're moving it along pretty good. We're already on the 3rd segment. And it's just that push. Use my projection to get out of Storm's move, double tap it because I know she's right there. And I go to the health pack. And so this is where I talk about knowing the objective, knowing the map, having that feel for what's going on. I know there's a health pack there. And so obviously you got to compete with your teammates, you know, sometimes with the enemy to get that. But my hope was that it was going to be available, and it was. And projection is a great move to get out. Got out of the way of Venom. Now it got me there. It wasn't much I was going to be able to do. I didn't have any more projection and my health was already pretty low. So it was 50-50 if I was going to be able to get to that health in there.
I won't make the same mistakes again.
Right back out of the spawn. Chaos control, just looking for enemies. Sith burst to kind of soften them up, back to the normal attack. It's really rinse and repeat, and this is honestly where I think the no skill comes from. You can't really get away from it. You can't really block it, and it does good damage when you combo with the Sith blast. If you got your team helping you, if you're, you know, team shotting an enemy, if you will.
Leave the magic to the grown-ups, Ileana.
And we're just moving. This team is struggling here. I think they change characters quite a bit through this match, and so there's no real kind of rhythm with them. But again, use my ultimate there, more pressure. Didn't really care if I was only going to get one person. It's more so you hear the chaos, you know it's going to go off. You got to decide if you're going to finish it, run away. You're just going to have to take it in the face. Storm again is down. Projection to get away. Another one down. That one's Mantis. Healer is out. We got a duelist out. Take damage. Groot is out. Working on Venom. Venom's gone. I mean, they're just coming out and getting melted. Gone. And we're about to finish this off here. Just constant. It's constant stream of damage. You have to account for it up in your face, and so it's not like you can just sit there and take it. You literally have to address it. Somebody on your team has to deal with her, or you have to deal with her, or you're just gonna absolutely get melted and get wiped out. Now we're at 95 here on my ult. We're about to get to 100. All right, we got it, and just pure pressure. I'm hoping I get someone. Get no one, but it's again, you got to do something with that move when you hear it. And so if they stuck the landing and stayed in there, they're gonna get wiped. If they don't, they're gonna get pushed off at least. All right, so we finish this one. That one was pretty quick, so I think we might watch a full or half of another match here, where I kind of execute more of the ultimate. So we're gonna go ahead and transition over to another match real quick. All right, now here's the other footage that we're gonna look at briefly. We may not play through the entire match, but in this one, finished at MVP, had 29 kills, 2 deaths. I got the Mighty Vanquisher, I was able to get Relentless Offense, and I got a quad, 20 final hits, 17k damage. All right, blocked a little bit, but had 68% accuracy. So we're going to jump in here, and I'm hoping in this footage just be able to showcase a little bit more of ultimate, because high risk, high reward, in my opinion. If you can get it off and do it right, you can get a lot of kills, but you can be shot out of it. It can be canceled, and so there's quite a few ways to get eliminated before you can pull this off. All right, so we'll pick up right here. We are on the defense. So again, rinse and repeat with these moves. I get seen here. I'm trying to be sneaky. Hawkeye sees me and I get jumped. Worth the try, right? Worth a try. Now my goal here that I'm thinking on defense, just if we want to put in the perspective of what's going on, is I just want to be annoying. That's all I want to do. I just want to be annoying. It's hard at times to solo finish an entire player, but with the buff that the devs have brought against duelists and strategists, Scarlet Witch is going to have a little bit better time having some one-on-one success. But even then, going into mini engagement, my goal isn't necessarily to kill them all myself. You know, I don't mind even if I get an assist, but my main goal is just be annoying. I see Captain America, I see Venom, I see my Hulk fighting. I just want to do consistent damage. I get my eyes on 2 healers, putting some damage back on Captain America, because I want to keep, we want our tank to stay in this match. So just being annoying behind the tank, taking a little hit, so I dip out, and I'm back to normal attack. And so again, you're seeing throughout these different clips, these different 2 entirely different matches, it's really the same rinse and repeat for the moves. I primarily just hold on to normal attack. When I feel like I have an opportunity to close in and finish someone out, I use that synth burst. If I want to make a dent on a tank or open up my attack for the normal attack, I'll use the synth burst to kind of soften them up, but it's normal attack, just being irritated. Here comes the special, make sure I'm out of that circle. She's done. I'm back in to being annoying. Normal attack, tick damage, constant damage. Now, that's not a fight I want to have, a 1v1 with a fully powered, overpowered Venom, so I bust out, but see a duelist, a little annoying, he backs up, that's fine. All my mindset in this match is just to be annoying on defense. You got the time playing against them, they've got to push this thing within the time limit. You've got 3 full segments in different parts of the map that you can play defense on, and so you don't necessarily have to win it all on this first segment. You know, if you want the tryhards, you know, want to win it all on the first segment, but you got to keep that in mind. You've got time against you, you've got different segments of the map have different strengths and weaknesses, and so stick to your game plan, stick to your team comp. I happen to be in a match here where 2 of the other players are in Discord with me, so we're able to communicate, the Hulk and the Mr. Fantastic, and so we're working some strategy. And so there is 3. Right, and so if you saw that there, the reason I wanted to play this gameplay clip is I think I get my ult off a little bit more, but the strategy with Scarlet Witch to kind of give you the best chance for that high risk, high reward is most engagements in a shooting game are horizontal. When you take things vertical, it can be difficult, and so if Hulk is fighting Venom on the horizontal plane, if I use my projection and go up into the sky and start floating down and use my special, if it's a good Venom player, he hears that, he's going to try to get out of the way. If he's a decent Venom player, he hears it and thinks, well, that's not coming for me. It can't possibly be coming for me. And so that just adds to the complexity of now you have to face the threats that are in front of you, but then worry about the threats that are in the air. And so in this gameplay footage, I do it a couple times where I go up, start my ult, fall into the action, and I'm able to get a cluster of enemies. And I can tell you on the other side of that, it's very difficult to be engaging 1 or 2 enemies, hear that move, be able to look up into the sky, do enough damage to shoot Scarlet Witch out of her ult. And so you really have 2 options. You either continue fighting the fight that you're fighting and hope that Scarlet Witch isn't coming for you, or you just have to get out of there, because if not, you can't do both. You can't fight your opponent and take out Scarlet Witch. And so using my ultimate, that's what I try to do, especially in this match. We've got a lot of high up places that you can get to. There's a ledge above me here, and then her projection gets you up pretty high, and so if there's no ledges that you can start from, you can create that vantage point for you. And so that's kind of my pro tip, or I just think the best way to get that move off successfully is getting out of that horizontal plane that a lot of players are focused on in shooting games. A lot of it is just engagements that are right in front of you. So taking it to that next level of difficulty, that next level of kind of multitask for the enemy, is you're now coming from that vertical plane. And so not only are you able to do your special from up there, but you can get vertical and fall down on enemies and use your normal attack. You can use your projection to get up high to reach Storms and Ironmans, Hulks that are traveling across the air. You can pick off Venoms as they're swinging, do some tick damage on Spider-Mans as they're swinging by. And so with Scarlet Witch, getting vertical is actually to her advantage. And you see right here, again, by the time they saw me and did some damage, I already was probably halfway through my ult animation, and by that point, if you're that close to me, you're done for. Just rinse and repeat. Normal attack, Sith burst, stun them occasionally, and projection to get out. When they start to target you and you start to take too much damage, projection your way out, find some heals, find your healer, and get right back in. And again, right here I'm on the heels of 2 tanks, just being annoying. Healer, forced her to start her ult early because she was about to get melted. And look, you can kind of count them all there. All the team is back by their spawn. There's a minute left. They won that first segment, but now time is playing against them. They've got a really long way to go with a minute left, and so really just sticking to my game plan. Had another 3 again, so I used my projection to get up high, made sure that I was managing and paying attention to my ult meter. Had another one ready to go, fell off the ledge and wiped 3 more. Right back into action, rinse and repeat. Normal attack, Sith burst. Just being annoying, tick damage on the heels of my tank, done for. And so I get the no skill issue. The auto tracking makes it just really easy to do the damage. You don't have to think too much, but there is a little bit of skill. Like if you don't know what Psylocke's move is or what the range of her move is, you could get killed there. If you don't know, you're not managing your projection charges or kind of know how the projection works or how fast it takes to launch it up, you could get killed there. And so you still have to have some basic knowledge of the game, basic knowledge of team comp, what the other players can do. But the attacking is a little bit simplified with Scarlet Witch. Now, my ult's about to fire up again. We're in overtime. We're about to get a Scarlet Witch ult at the buzzer, right up high. Fall down on them. Let's go home. All right, quad at the buzzer. Okay. But there you have it, folks. There is some Scarlet Witch gameplay. You got some MVP footage. You got a chance to look at her moves, look at her adjustments and buffs in action. All right, you got a chance to see her ultimate. So my goal is hopefully with this gameplay, again, that you were encouraged to try Scarlet Witch. Maybe you saw something that you didn't see before. Maybe I helped kind of clarify the no skill issue. I think she is one of the easier characters to use, but there is a level of difficulty and finesse, if you will, to use Scarlet Witch effectively. And so hopefully you jump in the next match, give Scarlet Witch a chance. If you don't pick up Scarlet Witch, hopefully this video helps you to be able to counter her or kind of look for strategies or things that high-level players with Scarlet Witch might be able to do. You can counter her and help your team keep her off your back and put her back in the spawn where she belongs. All right, so appreciate you guys sticking to the end of this video. Go ahead and like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Marvel Rivals content. I'll leave a link in the description to some other videos you can check out. And then if you want to play Marvel Rivals with me on PC, I will leave my PC Marvel Rivals username in the description as well. I'd love to jump in some matches with you guys and play and just hang out with the Marvel community. Maybe you guys can take me into competitive and kind of show me the ropes of competitive. I'd love to do that. Either way, I'm out. Like always, be blessed. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.